The Israel-Palestine conflict.
The UN Commission has accused Israel of genocide.
זה לא יהיה. לא תקום מדינה פלסטינית ממערב לירדן.
Is one of the world's longest, bloodiest and most emotionally charged struggles. For over a century, it has divided nations, fueled wars, and claimed countless lives. But to understand why this conflict remains so intractable, we need to trace it back, not just decades, but millennia. This is the full story, from ancient empires and sacred promises to colonial ambitions, mass displacement, failed peace deals, and the humanitarian crisis that defines today. For Jews, the land of Israel has been central to their identity for over 3,000 years. Ancient kingdoms of Israel and Judah rose here, with Jerusalem as their capital. But in 70th century, everything changed. The first Jewish-Roman war erupted after decades of Roman rule. Jewish rebels fought fiercely, but Roman legions under Titus besieged Jerusalem. The Second Temple, the holiest Jewish site, was destroyed, a moment that reshaped Jewish history forever. Many Jews were killed or enslaved. Others scattered across the Mediterranean in what became known as the diaspora. While Jewish communities endured in the region, large-scale sovereignty was lost. Over centuries, the land was ruled by the Byzantine Empire, spreading Christianity, the Umayyad and Abbasid caliphates, bringing Islam, Crusaders, and later the Ottoman Empire, which ruled from 1517 to World War I. The memory of exile and the promise of return, however, never left the Jewish identity. The land is sacred to three faiths. For Jews, it is the promised land given by God to Abraham's descendants. Jerusalem holds the Temple Mount, Judaism's holiest site. For Christians, this is where Jesus lived, preached, and was crucified. Pilgrims journeyed here for centuries. For Muslims, Jerusalem houses the Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest site in Islam, linked to Prophet Muhammad's night journey. This overlapping sanctity means every stone, every shrine carries more than spiritual weight. It carries political power. By the late 19th century, two nationalist movements emerged. Zionism, led by Theodor Herzl, called for a Jewish homeland in Palestine, then under Ottoman rule. At the same time, Arab nationalism spread, aiming to free Arab lands from colonial powers. World War I brought drastic change. Britain captured Palestine from the Ottomans in 1917. That same year, it issued the Balfour Declaration, supporting a Jewish national home in Palestine, while promising not to harm the rights of existing Arab inhabitants. This contradiction sowed seeds of conflict. Under British rule 1917 to 1948, Jewish immigration surged, especially fleeing persecution in Europe. Arab Palestinians, who formed the majority, feared being displaced. Riots and revolts broke out in the 1920s and 1930s. Then came the Holocaust.
Für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig meine Zeit verwendet habe im Dienste meines Volkes. Gib du jetzt deine Stimme ab, wenn ja!
Which killed 6 million Jews. After this unimaginable horror, global support for a Jewish state intensified. In 1947, the United Nations proposed a partition, 55% of the land for a Jewish state, 45% for an Arab state, Jerusalem under international control. This made the Jewish population very happy and the Jewish leaders accepted. Arab leaders rejected, seeing it as unjust. Arabs were the majority, yet given less land. In 1948, Britain withdrew. The Jewish leadership declared independence as the State of Israel. Within hours, neighboring Arab armies invaded. The First Arab-Israeli War began. Israel not only survived but expanded beyond the UN plan for Palestinians. This was the Nakba catastrophe. 750,000 Palestinians fled or were expelled. Hundreds of villages were destroyed. Refugees ended up in camps in Gaza, the West Bank, Lebanon, and Jordan, and many never returning. The map of the Middle East changed forever. Conflict didn't end. 1956, the Suez Crisis brought another Israel-Arab war. In 1967, the Six-Day War.
I don't know.
Israel captured East Jerusalem, the West Bank, Gaza, Sinai, and the Golan Heights. This meant millions of Palestinians now lived under Israeli occupation. 1973, the Yom Kippur War saw Egypt and Syria attack to reclaim lost lands. Israel eventually returned Sinai to Egypt in a peace treaty in 1979, but Gaza and the West Bank remained under Israeli control. By the late 20th century, Palestinians grew desperate. Two uprisings, or intifadas, erupted in the years 1987 and 2000. Mass protests, strikes, and sometimes violence against Israeli forces. Israel responded with military crackdowns, checkpoints, and settlement expansion. The dream of peace seemed further away than ever. The Oslo Accords,
The time for peace has come.
allowed Palestinians limited self-rule through the Palestinian Authority and set the stage for a potential two-state solution. Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin shook hands with Palestinian liberal organization leader Yasser Arafat on the White House lawn. But extremists on both sides opposed peace. Suicide bombings by Hamas targeted Israeli civilians. Settler violence increased, and in 1995, Rabin himself was assassinated by a Jewish extremist. Without him, momentum collapsed, settlements expanded, trust eroded, and violence continued. In 2006, Hamas won elections in Gaza.
Vote for Hamas. Its campaign.
A year later, it seized full control. Israel and Egypt responded with a blockade, restricting goods and movement. Since then, multiple wars have erupted, Israel launching massive airstrikes. Civilians suffer the most. Gaza faces shortages of food, water, and medicine. International groups describe it as an open-air prison. The humanitarian toll is staggering. The international community remains deeply divided. The United Nations repeatedly affirms that Israeli settlements in occupied territories are illegal under international law.
Israel has committed genocide against the Palestinian people in Gaza.
In 2024, the International Court of Justice ruled Israel's occupation unlawful. Human rights groups like Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch accuse Israel of apartheid policies. Israel strongly rejects these accusations, insisting it acts in self-defense.
Israel has an inherent right to defend itself.
The two-state solution, two nations living side by side, remains the official UN position, but every year it feels further from reality. Today, over 14 million people live between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean Sea, roughly half Jewish, half Palestinian. Possible futures include a two-state solution, Israel and Palestine living side by side, a binational state, equal rights for all, regardless of religion, or continued conflict with no resolution in sight. Yet, amid the tragedy, there are voices of hope. Activists, teachers, artists, ordinary people who still believe in peace and dignity. The Israel-Palestine conflict is not just about borders, it's about faith, memory and identity. It's about generations growing up in fear and loss.
Israel and its most powerful ally, the United States, deny that aid to Gaza is being blocked. But our reporting has found that Israel has restricted the flow of humanitarian assistance since the start of the war, creating one of the worst man-made famines of the 21st century.
But if there's one truth history teaches us, it's this: peace only begins when we try to understand. If you found this video helpful, share it. Let's keep the conversation alive.
No access to air, no access to drinking water, no access to medication, no access to life,